I thought we had some good spurts early the game, but we knew the best way for us to win the game is get stops. They had a 16-point fourth quarter, which shows what we capable of. We know what we can do when we really locked in.
Russ, have you been surprised at that stretch of 14 minutes of just like you said, I mean, to use the words locked in, sort of defensive basketball, that it hadn't come to this point?
We're just getting there. Like we getting guys playing, getting used to playing on the court with each other. Bron missed the last 2 games, had him back tonight. Guys are in and out of the rotation, trying to figure out how to get it together, and we're doing it. And that's all that matters. We're moving in the right direction, and that's all we can ask for.
Russ, I think you mentioned to Trudell in your post-game walk-off that something along the lines of this team, you got to create a lot of possessions because it'll allow you to look the way you want to look. Frank mentioned that that's really the only way you do that is defensively. Mm-hmm. So how are those things working together right now?
Yeah, I mean, we made an emphasis and talked about it, and we know we got to do a better job of constantly getting more possessions and getting more shots, and not turnovers, but actually getting shots at the rim. Finding ways to be able to get shots when we do, is real positive for us. As you've seen, to close the game out, got shots at the rim and open threes, and then really beneficial for us.
Effort tonight. There were some mistakes, but they were really playing harder. Looked like they were focusing a little bit more. The first half, Cleveland, young team, talented team with some really quick guards. They had their way a little bit, but it's a 48-minute game, and I like the way they came back in the second half, particularly in the fourth quarter, and really played some good old-fashioned defense, and that's what got them the win. Some individual play and some good defense.
I watched this team. They're starting to learn little by little to respect all the opponents. I think you came out in the last game where they didn't really respect the opponent. They started joking around. In this game, they came out still a little light. And then next thing you know, they said, oh, these guys are for real. They're coming downhill at us. So they picked up the defense, and it carried over in the second half. And that's what you want to see out of good teams, how you prepare, how you come out in the second half. And their preparation during halftime showed them that, hey, we can win this game.
Yeah, 3 things I take away from this game. LeBron going downhill a lot in that fourth quarter, just, untouched. No one's going to stop him when he puts his mind to it. Kept going in for the easy deuces. Defense, you guys already hit on it. Much maligned for the Lakers, all right? One of their worst defensive starts in their history. Not in that fourth quarter. Very strong finish for sure. And Carmelo Anthony. I mean, the guy just keeps draining threes from the corner, from up top, from between the corner and up top. I mean, the guy's like 27, not 37 games.
Who chose him? Who chose him tonight?
Big game.
Unfortunate
shot. 3 by the end. The Lakers almost held them under 100. All right, let's get back to Staples Center. Mike Trudell is with Russell Westbrook.
All right, Russell Westbrook, it's the first time we've had you after the game in this setting. Just wonder what it's like for you being here in L.A., home, seeing the streamers come down. You got Dwight and Melo out there hitting threes. How are you taking it all in so far?
Oh, man, it's great, man. Everything is strictly a blessing. I don't take none of it for granted. I give all the thanks to the man above just for allowing me to be in this situation, this arena, around so many great people. It's a great win for us tonight. Take care of home court. So I'm happy we won.
All right, so first half, a lot of turnovers, right, for the team. 15 to cut them out in the second half. What was the key to doing that and just getting some possessions?
Getting shots instead of turning the ball over. First half, they took a lot more shots and a lot more possessions. And we know when we put the ball on the scoreboard, people have a hard time beating us. So.
You, LeBron, and AD have all mentioned this is going to take some time, but what are the things that you're starting to see work for you? What are the things you're building?
Just figuring out our space and figuring out what sets work for us, figuring out how to play on the court with each other, and we're going to get it together. That's all that matters is we win the games alone during that time, and that's all that matters.
Finally, Russ, you're home a lot for the next couple of weeks, almost every game but one at Staples Center. Can that help you as you start to build here?
Definitely, man. These fans, the city, we got to take care of home court, and ain't nothing like playing at Staples Center. So.
Appreciate it, Russ.
Thank you.
All right, Rob's Big Four, it says. You see what Drew Miller did for you? Right there, put up Rob's Big Four. LeBron with 20, Russ 19, Melo 24, and AD 15. You look at the rebounds, the assists, 6 for 8 from 3 for Melo. Very efficient night. I do want to start with Westbrook. We'll kind of go around the horn and talk about these guys. Listen, we said without LeBron, he was aggressive. Obviously, the numbers and the production went up on that road trip. How would he stay aggressive with LeBron? They put him in certain situations where he was still able to handle the ball, attack north and south, and also be involved in every part of the game, Rob.
In that first quarter, I think LeBron sits back, so you know what, Russ, get us going. You know, I can run the lane and do my thing in that way. And as LeBron fills out the game, he can do his thing. But Russ was moving the ball. He came down, he shot a couple of threes. He was doing his pump fake and relocate, like you like to say. There was so many things he did wonderful. And even though he still had too many turnovers from unliking, which was 4, it's still better than 10. And with Russ, you're going to get that because he's so dynamic. He speeds up the game so much that you're going to have some guys that are a little late on the passes.
Something we talked a lot about in the preseason, James, the staggered minutes with LeBron and Russ. When Russ is in there with AD, that's a nice combination that we're seeing. He loves to attack. He can throw that lob. He got AD going as well in that second quarter.
Yeah, and, you know, the one thing about LeBron, when he sits out a game, he's aware of everything that's going on in the game. Fouls, any, missed calls, shot clock. And I'm pretty sure he watched how Westbrook was playing and how he could incorporate himself into that. And I think tonight he did a pretty good job of allowing the game to flow, allowing Westbrook to do his thing. So it is going to take a little time. The things that we were kind of worried about, they kind of took care of tonight, the effort, the defense. So I think tonight they chipped away a little bit at where they're trying to get to.
Yeah, by the way, the Lakers finally figure out how to stop Evan Mobley. That guy's going to be great. I mean, he was really sticking the Lakers down low. You have to give their bigs some credit because this kid, third overall pick in the draft, he reminds me kind of a younger AD. He really does have it at both ends. And they said, you know what, we got to start playing some defense. This is going to be the key for us. And I was really impressed by what they did, kind of walled off that paint in that fourth quarter to really kind of push themselves to the W.
Brez, also interesting to see some of those lineups that they adjusted with in the second half, because first half that defense had moments where it did not look good, but all of a sudden you saw Reeves get a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Avery Bradley was getting some minutes. Malik Monk only played 4, so maybe Frank found a combination that he was going with around LeBron and AD or Russ and AD. Dwight was getting 19 minutes, so more of a defensive-minded approach.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, there's going to be some panic from the people, from the fans after the game in Oklahoma City the other day. But it's such a long, long season, all right? We talked about this pregame. Still, you're missing 3 really good perimeter defenders. No Kendrick Nunn, no Trevor Ariza, no THT. So Frank's going to have to kind of go with the hot hand defensively sometimes. On some nights, Avery Bradley, good, kind of really in-your-face defense in that fourth quarter tonight. And yeah, the young kid Reeves really kind of showing us a little bit on both offense and defense. Maybe he hangs on to a spot when those 3 guys do come back, but we'll have to see about that. But good job by the kid tonight.
There's a reason these guys are Hall of Famers, because they called it at halftime. I asked you for an adjustment defensively. You talked about the pick and roll, and then offensively you said, got to stop turning the ball over. They had 15 turnovers. That's a season high at the half. They only turned the ball over 7 times in the second half. Only 2 in that third quarter when they made the run. Huge difference. What did you guys think of LeBron in his return? I know he didn't shoot well from 3, just 1 for 10, but you could just see as that game progressed, he got better and better.
Well, the thing about LeBron is he could be 1 for 10, but people still going to guard him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in this league can be 1 for 10. You're going to just wave your hand at and go get the rebound. But that sets up his drive game. His drive game is so nice that he can just, pop back and shoot a 3 when he wants to, or he can go to the hole. But when I look at LeBron, I look how he analyzes the game. What I like best about him tonight, it didn't really stick in his hand. He caught it, he attacked. He caught it, he passed it. And that's the LeBron you want to see, because that way he gets the offense going and not just everybody sitting around saying, let's watch the best player on the planet.
It's amazing that you could be 1 for 10 from 3, James, but have 26 points and 8 assists and still have an efficient line of 10 for 22.
It's amazing. And, you're not going to hit that 3 every night, but he always